Hello, and welcome to the middle of nowhere, Kentucky, one of my favorite places to be. And this is going to be kind of looking for animals at the same time I'm doing this because there's been deer and coyotes and critters running across here all morning, which is really neat. But this is like part two of my little video series that I'm doing is why people are struggling with their fitness or fitness goals. And in the first part, we talked about how most people don't really know what they want or know the consequences of what they want. And this part of it is most people don't start where they are. If I'm going to go from Lexington to Los Angeles, I can't start in Kansas City, and most people, when they seek out a gym or a trainer, they get started way above where they're at. And it's quite unfortunate. You need to have a level of preparedness that allows you to adapt in a positive way to what you're trying to accomplish. And most people that I've dealt with, once you get down to it, they just want to look better and feel better. And so one of the key things that you have to do is you have to raise your level of preparedness. And the neat thing about it is if you're sleeping and you're taking care of yourself, just the GPP, we call it, general physical preparedness, will make you improve. And then from there, you need to pick the right tools to drive the adaptation that you want, whether it's build muscle, lose body fat. But the better preparedness you have, the better level of preparedness, the easier time you're going to have adapting to that stress in a positive way, like not getting injured or not getting burned out or those sort of things. And then, once you have a nice level of preparedness, you can use different tools and different intensities at different times, because that's all training is stress, is you're applying stress and then your body adapts to that stress. And so Bill Hartman had an excellent post on Instagram that I'll include in the links below, of a general, just move circuit. And, he did bear crawls and walking cross connect lunges and carries and different things. And, if you're not in a good place and you can't really do a bear crawl, you can hold a static bear crawl. You can, there's all sorts of ways to manipulate these things to take it to your level. Years ago, Molly Galbraith and I did a video that's on her channel, and I'll link it down below as well. Just a simple variation of the Parisi warm-up. And I use the Parisi, I still use elements of it, just getting people down on the floor and getting them moving around. So simple. But if you are totally, in a bad place and not super fit, or if, like a lot of people that come to me are so one-dimensional that it's causing them problems in their everyday life, they become so specialized, they need to just get some variability back, and they need to be able to move in different ways. It's a super easy way. You take 5-10 minutes every day and you do the warm-up once or twice a day. And it's a great way to build your preparedness and build your activity level up, and then walking every day. And a lot of the people that come to me that are older, that just want to look good and feel good, they get down on the floor a couple times a week and they walk and they work on improving their sleep and eating a little bit better. And that's all they really need to do. They're like, I'm happy here, so, not everybody needs to be a high performer. A lot of people just need a little bit more work capacity, and that might be all they need, So it all depends on you and what your goals are, but you have to start where you're at. And if you don't know how to deadlift, you need to take the time to learn that skill. Or if you don't move well, or your work capacity is horrible, if you can't walk up and down the stairs without, feeling like you're going to have a heart attack, that's where you need to start. And, I remember, Jim Windler talking about, after he got out of powerlifting, he was, he did a 1,000-pound squat, but he could barely walk to the squat rack. He was, all he was good at was squatting that 1,000 pounds. And he started with, 5-10 minute walks every day. And That's where you have to start. You got to start where you're at. And then once you get rolling, then you can start applying some different intensities and choosing some different tools to get where you want to go. But a lot of people would be shocked that, you know, if you take care of yourself, you really don't need to do that much to get yourself in a better place. And then maintaining it is fairly easy, you know, especially strength. If you put the time in to build strength, you really don't have to do that much, you know, years and years of strength training. You really don't have to do that much to maintain it. So, yeah, do a self-assessment or have someone else help assess you. And then, you know, build some habits where you're doing some daily activities to help build your work capacity. And it doesn't have to be anything exciting. Sled dragging is one of my favorites for that. You know, just go out and you can buy a sled just about anywhere on Amazon. You can, you know, whatever, you know, and drag, you know, just light sled drags are great. Mowing the lawn is great. Taking a medicine ball, going outside. One of my favorites is just taking a medicine ball, picking it up and throwing it, picking it up and throwing it. You can do low intensity, you know, we call them tempo runs. You could go to, you know, a football field and stride the football field and walk back. You can put circuits of exercises together. I mean, it's endless what you can do, but you have to start where you're at and build that foundation of capacity before you add intensity. And intensity is a powerful tool if you are in a place where you can actually benefit from it, as opposed to, you know, it injuring you, or, you know, you not having the capacity and you're sore for 4 days and you can't train. And also low level intensity is a great way to get out soreness. You know, if you have a heavy leg day, or, you know, if you worked really hard and you're sore and you're beat up, you know, just getting down on the floor and moving around, you know, doing some hip circles, doing some, you know, rolling around on your back like a turtle, like Bill does in his warm up. You know, just basic stuff, just moving around can be a big help. Speaking of help, if you would hit that subscribe button and like or comment below. If you have any questions for me, let me know what you think about this and how I can help you. There'll be the links to the warm up with Molly, to the Bill's little Instagram post. There's links to a grammar tool down there that helps me, because, you know, I suck at spelling and grammar. There's a social media tool to help you with, you know, posting on YouTube if you want to do stuff like that. I have an Amazon store there that, you know, I have books and products that I recommend. You can check that out as well. And then, you know, all of Mike Robertson's products are down there if you want to become a coach, or if you're trying to become a better coach. Those are all great resources. And you can also check my website out. We have all the, you know, blog posts and all that neat stuff. So start where you are and work your way from there. And that really goes for anything in life, really, whether it's business or fitness, or you have to start where you're at. You can't skip ahead if you want to have long-lasting results. Have a great day, and get yourself outside. Don't be a zoo animal.